Amiodarone is a broad-spectrum anti-arrhythmic. It affects multiple ion channels including potassium, sodium, and calcium channels, along with some beta-adrenergic blockade. Functionally, this means it slows conduction, prolongs repolarization, and increases myocardial refractory periods. On the EKG, this most commonly shows up as prolongation of the PR and QT intervals, along with an overall slowing of the heart rate. Clinically, amiodarone is most commonly used in the management of ventricular dysrhythmias, including ventricular tachycardia and refractory ventricular fibrillation. In the cardiac arrest setting, it is a key medication when defibrillation alone has not been successful. Outside of arrest, it may also be used for rhythm or rate control in atrial fibrillation, typically as a second or third line agent when other options are ineffective or contraindicated. From a safety standpoint, hypotension is the most common adverse effect encountered in the pre-hospital and transport environment, particularly when the drug is administered rapidly. Bradycardia and atrioventricular block can also occur due to its effects on conduction. Although amiodarone prolongs the QT interval, torsade de pointe is relatively uncommon compared to other antiarrhythmics, but the risk is not zero and should still be respected. Drug interactions are an important consideration. Amiodarone increases the risk of ventricular dysrhythmias when combined with other QT prolonging medications, including certain antihistamines and antiemetics. In critically ill patients who are already on multiple medications, this cumulative effect matters. Dosing consists of an initial bolus of 150 milligrams administered intravenously over 10 minutes, followed by a continuous infusion at 1 milligram per minute for 6 hours. After that, the infusion is typically decreased to 0.5 milligrams per minute. Because of the risk of hypotension and the need for precise delivery, amiodarone infusions should always be administered using an infusion pump.